Today is December 30th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It's a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today at the Big Book, we're going to continue our journey through Chapter 11, A Vision for You. We'll be reading page 163, almost done with the book. And out of the 12 and 12, we are going to continue Tradition 12 by reading the rest of page 186. And of course, read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. We got one more day left to finish these books, and man, I just can't believe we're already at this point, but hey, we're not there yet. It's a one day at a time program. So let's get to the good stuff. Out of the Big Book, we're on Chapter 11, A Vision for You. We'll be reading page 163. We know what you're thinking. You're saying to yourself, I'm jittery and alone. I couldn't do that. But you can. You forget that you have now just tapped a source of power much greater than yourself. To duplicate with such backing what we have accomplished is only a matter of willingness, patience, and labor. We know of an AA member who was living in a large community. He had lived there but a few weeks when he found that the place probably contained more alcoholics per square mile than any city in the country. This was only a few days ago, at this writing, 1939. The authorities were much concerned. He got in touch with a prominent psychiatrist who had undertaken certain responsibilities for the mental health of the community. The doctor proved to be able and exceedingly anxious to adopt any workable method of handling the situation. So he inquired, what did our friend have on the ball? Our friend proceeded to tell him, and with such good effect that the doctor agreed to attest among his patients and certain other alcoholics from a clinic which he attends. Arrangements were also made with the chief psychiatrist of a large public hospital to select still others from the stream of misery which flows through that institution. So our fellow worker will soon have friends galore. Some of them may sink and perhaps never get up. But if our experience is criterion, more than half of those approached will become fellows of Alcoholics Anonymous. When a few men in this city have found themselves and have discovered the joy of helping others to face life again, there will be no stopping until everyone in that town has had his opportunity to recover, if he can and will. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Tradition 12. Anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all of our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. Bottom of page 186 and 187. Then came our few excursions into major publicity, which were breathtaking. Cleveland's Plain Dealer articles about us ran the town's membership from a few into hundreds overnight. The news stories of Mr. Rockefeller's dinner for Alcoholics Anonymous helped double our total membership in a year's time. Jack Alexander's famous Saturday Evening Post piece made AA a national institution. Such tributes as these brought opportunities for still more recognition. Other newspapers and magazines wanted AA stories. Film companies wanted to photograph us. Radio and finally television besieged us with requests for appearances. What should we do? As this tide offering top public approval swept in, we realized that it could do us incalculable good or great harm. Everything would depend upon how it was channeled. We simply couldn't afford to take the chance of letting self-appointed members present themselves as messiahs representing AA before the whole public. The promoter instinct in us might be our undoing. If even one publicly got drunk or was lured into using AA's name for his own purposes, the damage might be irreparable. At this altitude, press, radio, films, and television, anonymity, 100% anonymity, was the only possible answer. Here, principles would have to come before personalities, without exception. 24 hours a day, December 30th. AA thought for the day. To the extent that I fail in my responsibilities, AA fails. To the extent that I succeed, AA succeeds. Every failure of mine will set back AA work to that extent. Every success of mine will put AA ahead to that extent. I shall not wait to be drafted for service to others, but I shall volunteer. I shall accept every opportunity to work for AA as a challenge. And I shall do my best to accept every challenge and perform my task as best as I can. Will I accept every challenge gladly? Meditation for the day. Without spiritual connection and spiritual guidance, people often lose their way. Many people try to be self-sufficient and seek selfish pleasure and find that it doesn't work too well. No matter how much material wealth they acquire, no matter how much fame and material power, the time of disillusionment and futility usually comes. Death is ahead, and they cannot take any material thing with them when they go. What does it matter if I have gained the whole world, but lost my own soul? Prayer for the day. I pray that I will not come empty to the end of my life. I pray that I may so live that I will not be afraid to die. Daily Reflection, December 30th. Anonymity. Anonymity is a spiritual foundation of all of our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 562. Tradition 12 became important early in my sobriety and, along with the 12 steps, it continues to be a must in my recovery. I became aware after I joined the fellowship that I had personality problems, so that when I first heard it, the tradition's message was very clear. There exists an immediate way for me to face, with others, my alcoholism and attendant anger, defensiveness, and offensiveness. I saw Tradition 12 as being a great ego deflator. It relieved my anger and gave me a chance to utilize the principles of the program. All of the steps in this particular tradition have guided me over decades of continuous sobriety. I'm grateful to those who were here when I needed them. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. And now that we're nearing the end of the big book, it's just amazing to me that when this was written, this was still very much in the pioneering phases of AA. They had no idea what it would grow into and how much of a blessing it has been for so many people's lives. You know, the fact that, like I said yesterday, that we can pull our phone out and join a Zoom meeting at pretty much any time. There are alkathons out there for those tough holidays. And we got one coming up with New Year's, There's a fellowship that does put principles before personalities. That's the 12 and 12 talks about. That basically spreads its message through attraction rather than promotion. It's just a beautiful thing. And very unique in the way it's structured. And I'm just so grateful for that today. And I'm grateful that you're here with me. Please know, as always, I don't speak on behalf of AA or NA or Al-Anon or any other sect or denomination. I'm just a friendless lifeboat of recovery. Really honored to be here today. And if we're given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.